everybody, it's Magnolia and it's day 3. And I think today we will call our story Sunday Condom Sale. Sounds appropriate. You'll understand shortly. So, there's this guy. I met him through a mutual friend, I want to say at Underground, years ago. This was years ago. And gorgeous, tall, cute, funny. He had, 1,000-watt smile and just these beautiful light brown eyes and just cool ass dude. So we talked. We exchanged numbers. We talked, I want to say, for maybe 2 weeks. So one day I say, hey, I'm going to church. Would you like to go? Now, I already knew he was raised Muslim. But whether or not he was a practicing Muslim or what, I don't know, none of my business. All I know is that I'm inviting you to church. He accepted, point blank down. Now, he didn't drive. He's from New York, and he didn't have a license at the time, and he was working on getting one. So I had to pick him up from Union City. For those of you that don't know, Union City is out in what the hell county, because it's just kind of far away from everything. And you can say it's not far, but it is. Let's just be honest. Union City's far. So anyways, I drive from Morrow to Union City to pick him up to East Point to church, because at the time I was going to Greater Victory, which I still am. What up, Pastor? So get to church, and everybody's like, "Oh, Magnolia brought somebody to the church. That's unusual. That's new, because it's not something that I did." Well, he enjoyed himself and got questioned by a few parishioners, and he, like I said, enjoyed himself. I enjoyed his company. I appreciate him coming. So when we left, we were going back to my spot to watch movies, and I was going to cook because it was Sunday. So on the way back, he says, hey, I need to stop at, what did he say? We need to stop at CVS. So I'm like, cool, because we passed CVS before you get to my spot at the time. So we stop at CVS. He comes back out. I say, before you come out, bring me a Pepsi. I don't know why I just had to throw it in there. Just for you people that are Coke fans. So he comes out, he has my Pepsi, but he has a brown paper bag. And I'm like, that's strange. I didn't know CVS did brown paper bags. They possibly did. I don't know why I thought that was strange, but for me that was strange, because I can't remember the last time I was at CVS and they gave me a brown paper bag. I just didn't know they did those anymore. Anyways, we get back to my spot, hanging out, got a movie in, I'm cooking. Everything's going great, spending time, enjoying each other's company. And I'm like, well, what's in the bag? He's like, you'll see later. Anybody that knows me, an answer like that's not going to fly. You'll see later. How's that supposed to mean? No, I'm too inquisitive for that. I need to know what's going on. I don't like it. So I asked a couple more times. So finally, I'm like, look, you're going to open that bag. You're going to open that bag now. So he leans in, kisses me on the cheek. I'm like, oh, so sweet. Not going to make me change my mind. Open the bag. Open it now. So he opens the bag, and he pulls out condoms. You pulled out condoms. I was like, what's that? Oh, they're condoms. I said, what for? Well, later. I was like, you got a date after this? He was like, of course not. Then later what? Because I'm not understanding. He was like, well, you invited me to church and you picked me up. And, well, we've been talking for a few weeks. And, well, I figured, you figured what? And pick your words very carefully, because you in my house. Well, I just thought that, it's been a couple of weeks and you invited me to church and, I'm feeling you. I feel you was feeling me. So what? Because we feeling each other, sex has to be involved? What is it with guys and just assuming that it's going to transpire? No, that's not the way things work. I mean, maybe with some hussies and harlots, yes. But all in all, no, not okay. So now I got an attitude. And anybody that knows me, when I get mad and I have an attitude, oh, dear Jesus, I have an attitude. So I'm like, what the F right now? Like, what is this? What made you think that this was in any way, shape, or form gonna be okay? And he's like, well, I just figured. I was like, no, you gotta go. Well, you gonna take me home? No, I'm not taking you home. You put yourself in this predicament, you get yourself home. Well, I don't know what you're going to do, and I don't care how you do it, but you got 10 minutes to do it to get the fuck up out of my house. So he calls a cab. I let him, it took 2 minutes to call a cab. I let him wait 8 minutes, and he had to take his ass outside. He sat outside on the steps waiting. He knocked on the door. Well, the cab is here. I'm sorry, why are you informing me that the cab is here? Well, I figured why are you informing me that the cab is here? You can go. You don't need my permission to go. As a matter of fact, you're welcome to get the fuck up on. Go. Bye. Deuces. So, doggone, he left. And I got a lovely text message by the time he got home, which, bear in mind, I didn't check till the next day. $87. It cost him an $87 taxi cab ride to get back to Union City because he didn't know how to get to Union City and the cab driver didn't know how to get to Union City, which explained that to me. How the hell are you a cab driver picking people up and taking them places you don't know how to get there? Whatever. But $87. I'll never forget that. $87. And then the guy wouldn't leave, apparently, because he had to tip him. I don't feel bad for you. Who do you think you are to stop and purchase condoms? Like, because we've been talking for a couple weeks and I invited you to church. I'm sorry, I don't even know how that translates one to another. But however you made that up in your mind, I hope you learned a lesson. And I hope it was an expensive enough lesson that you'll know not to do that shit again with anybody. Because it's not cool. You don't do stuff like that. Not okay. No, sir. No. Get your life. So, we talked. I let him call me and stuff, but we never hung out again. I can't fathom that. For you to make an assumption, because apparently that's what guys do, assume. I'm not going to say all guys, but at that period in time, guys were assumers. Chronic assumers. Or asses, if you may. I mean, you know, ASS, whatever. But, yeah, that's my story for day 3. There was no real lesson in that. He was a jackass. Who does that? Because I invited you to church? Get your life. Like, come on, who does that? Like, seriously, who does that? So, no real lesson in it. Ass is gonna be an ass. Hope y'all enjoyed the story. See you tomorrow.